Welcome back to the Wabash Valley Football Dynasty. I'm your host, Alan Patrick. And today, the Union are in Storrs, Connecticut, taking on the Huskies, as the green and gold look to bounce back from a tough loss last week against the Minutemen. And the kickoff is underway. Kamal Abrams back for the Huskies as he takes the ball 2 yards deep in the end zone. Abrams sets the Huskies up nice for their first possession. Uconn takes over just shy of the 30 as Whitmer finds DeLorenzo out of the backfield for a quick swing pass. If you didn't get a chance to watch the game last week, I strongly encourage you to do so. The Union were in it until the very end, in which would have been a Cinderella beginning to this chapter of the story, as Whitmer's pass sails a bit outside. The story from last week was about this defense, particularly the secondary, and if you want to get extra particular, we're talking about Jed Dodds, number 2, right there on your screen, as McCombs rushes for 15 yards. Dodds continued his excellent corner play from last year, where he was a D3 All-American with an immaculate pick 6 to start the season off, as Fontaine almost has a pick of his own. And that's freshman Kelechi Gonzalez, who gets in the backfield to make the tackle for loss. Whitmer has a man open downfield, and the throw sails high. That'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. He shanked that one badly. The offense will take over at the 40-yard line. Hills leads the offense for their first drive of the day. The handoff goes to Blake Knoll, and he is stopped just past the 40. Hills finds senior receiver Quinn Benjamin in the flat for a gain of 4. 3rd and 5. Hills connects with Derek Horton on a slant route to pick up the first down. Horton had a solid game last week, scoring his first touchdown of the season, as Blake Knoll is stopped for a loss of 1. The offense struggled a bit last week to run the ball. Offensive coordinator Robert Stelz acknowledged that this week at the press conference. He stated his full commitment in the offensive line and believed that the running game would become more fluid as the season progressed. 3rd and 10 after Knoll picks up one on the screen pass. And Hills connects with Jamin Tyree for a 13-yard pickup. Staying with the air attack, Hills finds Derek Horton once again for another 13-yard reception. Back to the ground game with Knoll as he runs into the teeth of the defense for minimal gain. Handoff left side, and Knoll has some running room as he bulldozes his way forward and picks up 12. They give it to the power back Tyrone Kelly, but he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and 10, they go back to Kelly, and again he stood up at the line of scrimmage. Hill's back in the gun. He fires to Knoll, and immediately he's taken down. That'll bring up 4th down, and the field goal unit will attempt to add 3 points to the board, as the kick is good and the Union strike first. Abrams back to return for the Huskies, and he gets taken down at the 25. Coach Ncaa is going over X's and O's with the defense as they prepare to take the field. 1st and 10 for the Huskies, and they keep it on the ground with Lyle McCombs, who picks up 4. 2nd down now. Again, it's McCombs. This time he picks up a block and gets the first down. Continuing with the ground game, they hand it off to McCombs again, but it looks like there was a face mask. Let's listen for the call.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Tack on 15 yards after the run. Whitmer wants to throw, and he finds Sean McQuillan. And the big tight end rumbles down the field for a pickup of 25. Looks like one of the offensive linemen jumped on the play.
False start, offense.
That penalty will push the Huskies back 5 yards. Still inside the red zone, they hand it back to Lyle McCombs, who runs right and picks up 11 before being pushed out of bounds. This time they hand it off to Max DeLorenzo as he bullies his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Uconn. The Huskies go up 7-3. Scales back to return the kickoff. The junior picks up 28 yards as the green and gold start their second drive of the day. The Union take over at the 26-yard line. Noel takes the counter left and he is tackled for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Hills steps up in the pocket and he is taken down by defensive tackle B.J. McBride for a loss of 7. 3rd and long now as Hills takes a shot deep and that pass is batted down. Mack back to receive the punt. He gets the ball just shy of the 50 where the Huskies take over possession. 1st and 10 as Whitmer completes a short pass to his big tight end. And that'll bring an end to the first quarter. Starting off the second quarter, it's Lyle McCombs again with the handoff, this time picking up 5 on the run. Whitmer connects with Damir Bradley to pick up the first down. Read option as Whitmer calls his own number for the keeper as the Huskies continue to move the ball down the field. Handoff to McCombs, but this time junior Terrell Harrison gets in the backfield for the Union as he loses 2 yards on the run. Whitmer is hurried with the throw and that pass falls incomplete. As the defense shows signs of life, that'll bring up 3rd down. Uconn wants to take a shot, and that pass sails out of bounds, and the defense holds, as the Huskies will try a field goal attempt. And that kick goes wide, right? That's the 2nd missed field goal for the Huskies today, as the green and gold come up with a much-needed defensive stop. Hills and the offense take over at the 34-yard line. The handoff goes to Noel, and he picks up 4 on the run.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Hills connects with Horton, and the senior receiver picks up 15 on the reception. Just past the 50 now, and the Union lose 3 yards on the run as the Husky defense swarms Noel in the backfield. Hill's pass broken up by Mack, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for this offense. Hills hit as he throws, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Uconn offense take over at the 10-yard line after a great punt by Patton. Lyle McCombs with another carry as he breaks a tackle and picks up 9 yards. 2nd and short for the Huskies. And McCombs picks up 3 on the run. Whitmer airmails that pass. That'll bring up 2nd down. The handoff goes back to McCombs. This time he's stopped in the backfield by the defense. And Whitmer connects with Shaquem Phillips for a 21-yard reception. Phillips again with the reception, and the junior receiver adds another 21-yard pickup for the Huskies.
That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10, and the Huskies go back to the ground, but it's junior Gavin Hurd in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and long. DeLorenzo this time, and the back picks up 6. Screen pass for the Huskies as Hippolyte picks up 8 on the reception. And that's the third or fourth back we've seen today. The Uconn Huskies have a lot of running backs coming out of the backfield as McCombs picks up 8 with that carry. Again, it's McCombs with the carry. And he puts the Huskies in scoring position. 1st and goal. As DeLorenzo is stopped in the backfield for no gain. Toss left. And McCombs fights his way into the end zone to give the Uconn Huskies a 2-score advantage. First and 10 for the Union as Noel bulldozes his way to a 1-yard pickup. Hill's back to pass. And he finds Jamin Tyree over the middle for a 10-yard pickup. Noel again on the handoff. This time he wiggles his way up the middle for a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6, and Noel is stuffed in the backfield by this Uconn defense. Fast forward a few possessions, and it's 3rd and 7 for the Huskies. Whitmer drops a screen pass off to McCombs, who is immediately taken down by this defense. Coach Ncaa burns his first timeout as the Union take over at the 24-yard line. Courtney Lewis with his first reception of the day, picks up 9. Hills is going to take a shot deep, and it's caught. Brought in by Jamin Tyree, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Union. And the green and gold are back in the game as Hills connects with Tyree for a 68-yard touchdown.
If you lost it all, still believe in yourself. No one's coming to say you gotta build that.
And that'll do it for the first half. The Uconn Huskies lead the Wabash Valley Union 14-10. Stay tuned. The second half is next. The Union come out in the second half looking to capitalize on their last drive where Hills was able to connect with Jamin Tyree for a long touchdown. And Noel is pushed back after a 1-yard run. Hills to the air this time, and he finds Blake Noel out of the backfield, and the junior picks up 7. 3rd and 2. Hills fakes the handoff, and he tries to force it in there, and Byron Jones almost had an interception. The Huskies take over at the 46 after a solid punt return. Whitmer connects with wide receiver Jeremy Davis for a 13-yard reception. Fast forward a few plays into the drive, and Uconn is at the Wabash 10 as DeLorenzo is taken down by junior outside linebacker Terrell Harrison. They hand it off to DeLorenzo, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Uconn. And the Huskies push their lead to double digits. The Union get the ball back at the 28-yard line. Noel gets taken down for no gain on the play. Hills finds Quinn Benjamin near the sideline, but he's only able to pick up 5. 3rd down now. As Hills finds Courtney Lewis, he is taken down immediately. And that'll be another 3 and out for the offense as the Huskies take over. Whitmer connects with Deshaun Fox as he breaks a tackle and picks up 4. Back to the ground game now, and it's Lyle McCombs on the short pickup. 3rd and 3 as Uconn looks to extend this drive. Whitmer finds McCombs just past the sticks, and that'll be a 1st down. 1st and 10, and McCombs is only able to gain 1 yard on that run. And DeLorenzo can't muscle his way past the defense. He is stood up and taken down after a 3-yard pickup. And that's junior Terrell Harrison. For his third tackle for loss of the game, the Union will get the ball back after a strong defensive stop. And Hills almost has that one going the other way, as Tyree Clark would have certainly had an easy pick six if he could have come up with that one. And Hills is sacked, and that'll be a loss of 15.
That is a loss of 15 yards on the play.
And that was not what this offense was looking for. There aren't many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 25. And Tyree can't come up with that pass from Hills. That'll bring up 4th down, and the Huskies will get the ball back. Whitmer scrambles to his right, and it's big Harry Weldon with his first sack of the season.
That's a loss of 6 yards.
And the big defensive tackle had a straight shot to the quarterback, and the sophomore doesn't disappoint. Bootleg by Whitmer, and he finds his fullback out of the backfield for a gain of 12. Junior safety Lee Rich is in the backfield making a play on DeLorenzo as the Union defense continued to keep them in the game. Noel picks up 5 on the carry. Tyree Clark makes another play for this Uconn defense, and that'll bring up 3rd down for the Union. Hills is going to let this one fly, and he finds Quint Benjamin over the middle for a gain of 29. A much-needed play for this offense to give them a boost in this second half. Hills is going to go back downfield. This time, the pass is batted down, as linebacker Graham Stewart was just able to get a hand in there and knock it down. Benjamin with a quick reception near the sideline. And that'll still bring up 3rd and long. Hills sticking with this passing attack, fires down the field, and it's picked off. And that's Yawen Smallwood on the interception, and Coach Knackler is not happy with his quarterback. The Union would end up giving up a field goal on the next possession, giving the Huskies a 24-10 lead. We pick it up with just over 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. As Hiram Hills is sacked, that's senior defensive end Jesse Joseph, who got around the tackle and took Hills down for a loss of 12. Second and 22. And again, Hills is hit as he throws, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and a long 22, as Hills just dumps this pass off to Noel as he picks up 8. But that's just not going to be enough for the Union this afternoon here in Storrs, Connecticut, as the Huskies come away with the victory 24-10. Stay tuned next week when the Union open up at home against the Ohio University Bobcats. As always, thanks for watching, and drive home safely.